the vast unknown, diving into the deep sea. Did you know that we've explored less than 5% of our oceans? It's a staggering fact. The deep sea remains one of the last great frontiers on Earth. It's a realm of darkness and extreme pressure, yet it teems with life beyond our wildest imagination. The deep sea begins at about 200 meters below the surface. It extends to the very bottom of the ocean floor, some 11,000 meters down. As we descend into the depths, we enter a world of perpetual night. Sunlight can't penetrate these inky black waters. The pressure here is crushing. It can reach over 1,000 times that at sea level. Yet, life finds a way to thrive. The deep sea is home to some of the most bizarre and fascinating creatures on our planet. From bioluminescent fish to giant squid, the variety of life is astounding. The deep sea is finally beginning to reveal its secrets. Creatures of the abyss, marvels of marine life. The deep sea is home to some of the most extraordinary creatures on Earth. These animals have adapted to life in extreme conditions. They survive in total darkness, under immense pressure, and in frigid temperatures. Many deep-sea creatures look like they've stepped out of a science fiction movie. Take the anglerfish, for instance. It's a fearsome predator with a built-in fishing rod. A bioluminescent lure dangles from its head, attracting prey in the darkness. Then there's the giant isopod, a creature that looks like a prehistoric armored tank. It can grow up to 76 centimeters long. These scavengers roam the ocean floor, feeding on whatever falls from above. Another marvel is the vampire squid. Despite its name, it's not a true squid. It's the only known surviving member of its order. When threatened, it can turn itself inside out, revealing rows of sharp spines. The giant squid remains one of the deep sea's greatest mysteries. Exploring the depths. Technology and recent discoveries. Exploring the deep sea is no easy feat. It requires cutting-edge technology and immense resources. In recent years, we've made significant strides in deep-sea exploration. Manned submersibles like the Alvin have been joined by a new generation of remotely operated vehicles, or ROVs. These robots can dive deeper and stay underwater longer than any human could. They're equipped with high-definition cameras and robotic arms. They allow scientists to observe and collect samples from the comfort of a ship. One of the most exciting recent developments is the use of environmental DNA, or eDNA sampling. This technique allows scientists to detect the presence of species without actually seeing them. It works by collecting water samples and analyzing them for traces of DNA. This method has revealed the presence of previously unknown species. It's giving us a more complete picture of deep-sea biodiversity. Hidden treasures biodiversity in the deep. The deep sea is a treasure trove of biodiversity. Despite the harsh conditions, life thrives in incredible abundance and variety. Hydrothermal vents, once thought to be barren, are now known to support rich ecosystems. These underwater hot springs create oases of life in the deep. They're home to giant tube worms, ghostly white crabs, and heat-resistant microbes. These creatures have evolved to live in conditions that would be lethal to most life on Earth. Seamounts, underwater mountains rising from the ocean floor, are another hotspot of biodiversity. These structures create currents that bring nutrients from the deep, supporting a wealth of life. They're home to colorful cold-water corals, sponges, and a myriad of fish species. Many of these species are found nowhere else on Earth. Section 5. Threats to the deep human impact on ocean ecosystems. Despite its remoteness, the deep sea is not immune to human influence. Our activities are having a profound impact on these fragile ecosystems. One of the most significant threats is deep-sea trawling. This fishing method involves dragging heavy nets across the seafloor. It destroys everything in its path, from coral reefs to ancient sponge gardens. It can take decades, even centuries, for these ecosystems to recover. Some may never bounce back. Another major threat is ocean acidification. As we pump more carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, much of it is absorbed by the oceans. This changes the chemistry of seawater, making it more acidic. Many deep-sea organisms, especially those with calcium carbonate shells, are particularly vulnerable to this change. It could have devastating effects on entire food webs. From tiny plankton to deep-sea corals, no organism is immune to this threat. Section 6. Conservation efforts, protecting our blue planet. In the face of these threats, conservation efforts are more crucial than ever. Many organizations and governments are working to protect deep-sea ecosystems. Marine Protected Areas, or MPAs, are one important tool. These are areas where human activities are restricted to protect marine life. The Ross Sea in Antarctica, for example, is now the world's largest marine protected area. It covers over 1.55 million square kilometers of ocean. It's a sanctuary for countless species, from tiny krill to enormous whales. International agreements are also playing a role in deep-sea conservation. The United Nations is working on a treaty to protect biodiversity in areas beyond national jurisdiction. This could lead to the creation of more protected areas in the high seas. It's a crucial step in safeguarding the deep sea from exploitation. Other initiatives focus on reducing plastic pollution and regulating deep-sea mining. These efforts aim to balance human needs with the protection of marine ecosystems. Section 7. The future of the deep. Challenges and opportunities. The future of the deep sea hangs in the balance. On one hand, we face unprecedented threats from climate change, pollution, and exploitation. On the other, we have new technologies and growing awareness that could help protect these ecosystems. The coming decades will be crucial in determining the fate of the deep sea. One of the biggest challenges will be balancing conservation with the growing demand for deep sea resources. As land-based resources become scarce, there's increasing interest in deep sea mining. This could have devastating impacts on fragile ecosystems. Climate change will continue to be a major challenge. As the oceans warm and become more acidic, deep sea species will face increasing stress. Some may adapt, others may migrate, and many may go extinct. We could see significant shifts in deep sea ecosystems. This could have ripple effects throughout the ocean and even on land. Section 8. A call to action. Our role in ocean conservation. The deep sea may seem remote, but our actions have a direct impact on its health. Each of us has a role to play in protecting these incredible ecosystems. One of the most important things we can do is reduce our carbon footprint. Climate change is perhaps the greatest threat to the deep sea. By making sustainable choices in our daily lives, we can help mitigate this threat. This could mean using public transport, eating less meat, or supporting renewable energy. Reducing plastic use is another crucial step. Much of the plastic we use ends up in the ocean, even reaching the deepest trenches. By choosing reusable items and properly disposing of waste, we can help reduce this pollution. Supporting sustainable fishing practices is also important. Look for seafood that's certified sustainable. Avoid species that are overfished or caught using destructive methods. These small actions can add up to make a big difference.